everybody. Welcome to Facebook Sunday. Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. Finally, a nice weekend in New York. The whole weekend, even though I thought today was going to be a washout, turned out pretty nice. So I was happy with that. As you can see, I got the summer hair going. I got the ponytail back there. But it was an absolutely really nice weekend for a change. So I hope you all had a good weekend. And let's get started. Okay, so for today, before I forget, I want to go over a couple of things. Don't forget that when you place an order from now till May 30th through me, you're going to get in the drawing for for this bag. Okay, brand new bag. So place your online orders or an order through me, and your name will get put into the drawing for the bag. I'll be raffling that off on May 31st on Facebook Friday morning. Okay. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Mary Ellen. Hi, Megan. Hi, Janine. Thank you. Yes, thank you for sharing my video. Yeah, I got the pigtail or ponytail going on here, Megan. The other thing I want to mention is if you're not a demonstrator, of course you can sign up under me if you're not. But no, if you are a demonstrator, you know that we weren't able to order the new purple posy pad, or if you did, they had a little issue with it, so they turned it off. So hopefully that will be okay when we go live June 4th. But if it, for whatever reason, it doesn't go live, you know, Stampin' Up is very, very good about making sure they don't put a product out there that's no good. Okay, so it had some issues. But I want to remind you, you can still get the re-inker, and we have our little ink spots. So if you want to order it and order the re-inker and you have these little spots, you can use that. Or you can use the Spectrum pads because they're re-inkable. All right, so just don't forget that, you know, we have ways of dealing with things like that. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, Stampersdelight.com. If you need to order, you want to shop online, just go to Stampersdelight.com and you'll find me. So what I'm doing today, something old and something new. Something old, which is being retired, is Climbing Roses. Something new is Bloom and Grow. Now both of these have framelits to them, or dies. Okay. And I will tell you, I didn't get to do as many samples as I usually do because I was playing with that floating frame. I just had to try it. I mean, it's all the new craze. So I worked on that this morning, and then I went outside because it was so nice. So I hope you like what I came up with. And before I forget, I do want to remind everybody, on my Facebook Friday morning, I said that the round 2 1/4 punch was retiring. It is not. Okay. For some reason, I missed that one in the book, but I can't imagine why. Okay, so let's get started, okay? So the floating frame, let's just move this out of the way. This is my hostess code, by the way, if you need that. The floating frame, which is the big craze now, is you use the press and seal paper. And I'm going to actually stamp and show you how to do that. I thought it was a lot harder than it was. But what I'm using, first of all, is when I bring these sets back in. If you look, see the rose right here? This is the new set. See that spray with the roses? Well, guess what? I think it goes great with that corner one. And, of course, the sentiments all, you know, they definitely coordinate. See the little roses right here? So I could have done a lot more with this. So just don't forget. Order this one now because this one is being retired, and then you can pair it up with this one when the new catalog comes out. Okay, so let me show you the floating frame that I did. I'm going to show you the 2 cards because then I got something extra to show you that I haven't seen anybody do, but, you know, maybe they have. I don't know. I just was playing around with it. So the first one I did was this one. Now you can see here's the roses on the corners from Climbing Roses. And then in these corners, I have the one from Bloom and Grow. And of course, this ribbon, you want to grab this ribbon because this is being retired. And this is, oh, so great to, I never have a problem tying a bow on that one. Okay, so again, let me bring that up and show you. Now, you'll see this is our rectangle. You could also use our stitched oval framelits or even the round ones. I use the rectangles for today. Trust me, I will be doing more of these. It's really not that hard. Okay, and as you can see, I'm going to turn it. You see that it's lifted up there with dimensionals. And of course, these are the faceted dots that are going to be going away. We have new ones coming in, but these are the colors that are going away. Now, this is Flirty Flamingo. I can't even speak today. And how can I forget that color? That's the color of my stamp room. And then these are Grapefruit Grove, but they still match. Okay, they still go in. And this is Petal Pink. But you see, you can definitely put it all together. Hi, Trudy. Hi, Donna. Hi, Fran. And then when I open it up, you are simply wonderful. Now, the saying I thought of you today is from Climbing Roses, but the inside saying is from the new Bloom and Grow, as is the little rose. So you see how nice they pair up. Yes, Maureen. There's new... These guys right here. Let me show you. Here's the outgoing ones. And here's the incoming ones. These are the in colors. No. Faceted. Oh, maybe that's what you're saying. Faucet. I'm from New York. What can I tell you? Faceted. Okay. Gems, doodads. There we go. Okay, so that's the one card. The next card I did with the floating frame is just using the Bloom and Grow. And that's using the purple posy. But of course I didn't use the, I used the Highland Heather ink pad. And again, the doodads, the glitter doodads here, which are staying. And for this one, I used the very vanilla ribbon, which this color is retiring. The white will still be around. The white is a little bit brighter, but I kind of like the off-white too. So again, let me bring that up. Now, this is again from the Bloom and Grow new set, which is this piece and this piece. Okay. And then on the inside, this saying is also from Bloom and Grow. Okay, so those are the two that I did with the frame in the middle, and which I'm going to show you. But then what happens is when you cut that frame out in the middle piece here, and you trim these edges, which you'll see me do, okay, you get pieces left over. I'll show you what I mean. You get these pieces left over. And you have that inside piece also. So what I did was, for this one, I cut those pieces that were inside here. It'll make more sense when I show you. And I made my own frame. So some of them I glued on, some of them I stamped. So the pieces that you're cutting off, you can actually do another card with. Trust me, it'll make more sense when I'm done. So this is one that I did. Again, with both stamp sets. That's a thank you card. And that was the leftovers from this card. And then from the leftovers with this one, I made another thank you card. Okay. And you know me, I don't put anything in the thank you cards because I always want to write my own saying. So let me show you how I did that. Okay, so first I'm going to bring in the purple posy. I've already cut and colored my images, okay, for time's sake. I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way. And I need 2 pieces of white cardstock cut. This is a half sheet of cardstock, of course. These are 4 1/4, 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, that's my standard size. Okay. How far am I from New York City? About an hour and a half. So close enough to go visit and close enough to get out of there. Or far enough away out of there. Okay, so what you're going to do, okay, is you're going to take your images. And I'm going to take the long ones this way. Well, whichever way you want to put them. You can put them in as far as you want. There's no right or wrong way. You just want to make sure that they're all fitting in there. So this is why I moved some of these out. Okay. All right. So when I get all my images together, just want to make sure, even if you have to like tilt it a little bit. So that's what it looks like. And it's for me, it's going to be hard because I might have to take this paper out. All right. So there we go. All right. And you can move it in a little bit more if you want. Okay. Then you're going to take the press and seal. And you're just going to rip off a piece. Now, I don't need this whole piece, so I could actually cut it in half. But I'll do that after I get this down. So, you're going to, the pressy side, or the sticky side, you're going to press right, oh, did I move it? You're going to lay it right over that. I know it's hanging off. I want it to hang off. Here's the trick. Once you color your images, try not to press too hard down on the images. Do that very light, because what happens, the press and seal will take up some of your ink or your coloring. So what I did was I just pressed it in the corners, like around here. Can you see what I'm doing? And then just gently pressed it here so it didn't move. Okay. Now I am going to take my scissors and cut this off because I don't need this big piece here. I could have ripped it beforehand, but I mean, I got this big whole roll of it, but I'll be definitely doing this again. All right. Now that I have that, I'm going to bring in my rectangle framelits. And I used, I don't know really the sizes. I tried to measure it, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This number 5 one seems to fit better. It was like, I don't know, 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, something like that. And you're laying that right in the middle there. Okay, so you're going to be cutting out some of these pieces. You're going to gently lift this up. I'm going to lift it up first. This is where your pick tool really comes in handy. Gently lift it up and bring in your big shot. I'm actually going to use the big shot, so the table's going to move. Sorry about that. And of course I got to go in the wrong way, so let me move this. Okay. So I'm going to put this on my big shot just like that. I'm going to take this, the framelit, put it right in the center. I'm going to have to stand up for a minute so I can do this. I'm going to sandwich it in, and I'm going to roll it through. No, I've never used press and seal for its actual purpose. This is the first time I've ever used it. I'm bringing it right out. One time through should be enough. Okay. I'm just going to peel this off gently so it doesn't lift up. It does hold most of it down for you. Okay, and got a little sliver in there. Okay, and let me grab my paper trimmer, which I left over on the other table. Okay, so I need the paper trimmer. All right, so I lift that up and gently poke that out. So I'm gently pulling this piece out. And there you have that middle piece. We're going to put that away. I don't need that right now. Then I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer. And, of course, I got to trim off these edges. So I flipped it around. Now, remember, the frame is 4 by 5 1/4. So you want to line this one up to the 4 line right here. You see how those little things are hanging off? And they're going to hang off on this side, too. I don't have a lot hanging off this one, so I'm not going to have a lot to play with afterwards. But I could still use it. So again, I probably should be standing because I'm so used to standing. And I just changed this blade, so it goes right through. And if you have a lot of pieces here, you can save those. I have actually another one to show you. So, all right. Now this one is 5 1/4, so I'm lining that up to 5 1/4. This way I know I'm going to be cutting off what I need here. Okay. And if I have a little overhang, I can trim that. This piece is a good piece. See? I'm going to use that. I'm going to go over here to the 4. You want to start at the bottom there. Pull that off. You're going to have this press and seal stuff all over the place. Line that up again. And trim that off. Now, if you didn't get real close... Ooh, there's another good piece. So we'll be using that at some point. All right, so let me just move this out of the way. And then I'm going to bring it over here. Okay, so there's my pieces. Now, I didn't get real close because I wasn't standing up, so I can just trim that off. Or I can trim it later. Doesn't really matter. Okay. The main thing is, once you do this... Here's the tricky part. You're going to lift up this very gently and peel off the back piece without removing the flowers from the press and seal. You want the press and seal, the flowers to stay on the press and seal. So you got a frame, to use for the other card. Okay, so now you've got this. Now you can use dimensionals. You can use the small ones or the big ones, whichever ones fit. What I did was I took the larger ones because you really need to make sure the ends are going to be held down. So I put them, and you might use a lot, okay? Because you definitely don't want this to move up. And then in between, I put some little ones. So let's just show you that. There's a large one. Now again, there's videos out there. Everybody has their own way of doing things. Okay? This is just what I did. Again, I just played around with it today, so... But I knew I had to try it. I'm just putting the larger ones all over. All right, and then I'm going to put a few small ones in there. Okay, on the smaller places that maybe, like the ends, that you really want to make sure that they're held down. One right there. Grab that one. I grabbed 2 there, but that's okay. And I want this corner right there. All right, so that should be good for now. Now, you can peel them off and then lay it down like a little at a time. I'm fine with peeling them all off. And I apologize. That's what's going to take the longest, is me peeling and throwing these things off the table here. Okay. But unfortunately, that's what we got to do. So you're just going to flick those all off. And the Take Your Pick tool works great for that, of course, you know that. You could stamp the inside of that before you put your frame down if you want, but it's such a large space, I'm not worried about it. Otherwise, I would have used my Stamparatus maybe to get the sentiment right in the middle. But I really wanted to get through both of these cards, so... And that one didn't want to come off, got stuck back on there. Wow. That's one sticky piece. Come on. Might have to cut him. Leave any questions on the comments and I will answer them later for you. I will also put everything that I'm using on the Facebook Live and the YouTube video. Don't forget my YouTube video. It's Stampersdelight. Okay, which one did I end up with? This one. All right, there we go. Now, the only one I can't get off is this one. So, you know what? I'm just going to trim that. I don't know why he got stuck down there, but he's all right. Okay. Okay, so then we're going to bring this in here. And I start with one corner. Okay, so I'm going to line it up to this corner. And then just bring it down. Again, not pressing too hard on the flowers yet. Okay, so the press and seal is still on there. Press and seal is still on there, okay? And then I'm just going to lift this up. Once you start one edge, it works pretty good. You want to make sure, first of all, if you're using the blends like I did, that it's that you let them dry. Once you get a little spot, the thing is, if you bring up some of that ink, you can just go back in and recolor it. Like, see right there I did? I don't know if you can see that. But it's okay, because it just makes the flowers lighter, and I can go back in and recolor them. So what I found is if you get this started... Once you get it started, like I have, you can pull downward. This one's going to be a little... Okay, so let's start there. Start pulling it gently downward. I didn't say it was a short process. And I use my Take Your Pick tool in between to hold some of that down. Now it is picking up some of the paper, but again, I can go back in there and recolor it. Once you get it started, it's not so bad. But it's not something you want to rush. You don't want to see this was coming. There we go. Once you get it going, it's real good. There you go. Now that's a little piece that's got hung up there, so we'll just trim him off. And I can go right back in there with my blends and just fix that. Or I can just leave it and make it look like a lighter one. A lighter flower. Okay? But you get the idea. Okay? You can go right back in there and fix it. So there is my floating frame. And there's the rectangle. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my purple posy. And I'm going to, well, I'm not sure. I thought I had my bone folder over here, but we'll use the block. Did you know you can use a block? There you go. Okay. And this is actually going to go right on top of here. So I'm going to take the Let's Celebrate You. I'm going to use the Heather Highland, because it goes so well with the purple posy. Bring in my mat here. Okay. Hear my big shot moving around there. I'm going to go right in here. Let's Celebrate You. And I can go ahead and put that right on my card. Oh, ribbon. I want some ribbon. So let's just roll out a big piece of ribbon here. Flip that around. Still got some press and seal on the table here. And I'm going to go right ahead and put this right on top of there. Lay it down. Now it's in place, so it's easier for me to tie the ribbon. I like this ribbon too, along with the petal pink ribbon, because it's just so easy to tie. It's almost like you don't have to worry about doing it on camera. You know, you can play around with it a little bit, but it comes out so good. You can flip it around. It's just so pliable. Love this ribbon. Rid of that piece. Rid of that piece. There you go. There's your floating frame. And to finish it off, I'll get some doodads. I want the glitter ones. I need the purple. And I don't want that real big one. I'll take the one next to it. And then one right there. And then for the inside, I will grab another piece of the cardstock. Again, this is 4 by 5 1/4. I use it all the time. Okay. Let's Celebrate You. And this one's You Are Simply Wonderful. Now, again, this whole set, everything I'm using now is from the new set, not the retiring one. And then I'm going to just get a little sprig, spray. And I'm going to stamp that there. This is all from the new set. Put that right there. Put that right in here. And there it is. Floating frame. Oh, yeah, Kathy, just watch the replay. And then, of course, with the other ones, I did Winkostella. Okay, I love the Winkostella on these, so let me just show you that one again. This one I did the Winkostella. I still have another one to show you. Oh, I didn't. I thought I did. Yes, I did. I couldn't see it. There we go. So you can add the Winkostella on that. Now, for the pieces that were left over, okay, let me show you what I did with those. Bring this back in, and any of the little pieces I have. There's not a lot of pieces left on this one, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Okay, I'm going to bring in this piece. Remember, this is the piece that was cut out from here, right? Okay. So first let's take this one out, see how big it is. This already has the stitch pieces on it. Just got to get a good edge where I could pick it up. There. Now this one I'm not going to keep on the press and seal because it's too small to fit around here, around the edge. I'm going to have to actually pull it off there and use it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull them off gently. Because we don't want to waste them. I mean, we can use this. Again, pull it off gently. All these pieces, and I'll even bring in these larger pieces here that I had cut off earlier. It's too small. Just pull this one off. Okay. What do we got there? No, that's nothing. Okay. So now I have this frame, and what I would do is take this, put that one right there, or maybe at the bottom because it looks like it has a little more room. Okay, so I can put some dimensionals on that. Again, so I'm using up these pieces. The bigger images I think probably do work better. I haven't tried any small images, but now I'm just using the scraps. And I'm gonna, you could do it this way, or you could actually do it this way if you wanted to. Let's do it that way. Okay. And then this one, maybe some smaller dimensionals will work. It's pretty small, so yeah, they work. There we go. I mean, it's not going to cover the whole frame, but why waste them after you did all that coloring? What I usually do is place them around there first. Let's see. This one will go up here. So this one I'm going to put right here. Okay. Now I got this one. Just pull those off just like you did before. We love to use our scraps. We'll put that one. Well, since that one's at the bottom, let's do it the same way. There we go. And then I've got this little piece, so we'll put him right here. Again, small piece, so maybe just 2 dimensionals. You might have to cut dimensional in half for this guy. Yeah, he's real small, but I still want him on dimensional, so I'm going to take the little dimensional, the mini, and just snip off some of that. Okay, and then for that one, maybe I'll put him right there. And then what I can do to fill in that frame part is take this little stamp here and just add to it. Okay, And then again, bring in my purple posy. Oh, I found another piece I forgot to use. Oh, that's okay. We're going to use that right now. Okay, so we can grab this little piece. Forgot about him. Let me grab that little, snip that off. And we might be able to put him, let's see, where, since I already stamped all over it. Maybe not. Yeah, we won't use them. Okay, but you see what I mean. You're using the pieces left over, and then you're just going to take, oh, so now this piece, okay, which we had left over, what I did was lay this down, put that piece in there, pull it out. That's about where it goes. Perfect. Okay, and for this one, I'm going to use the I Thought of You Today. This is from the Outgoing Stamp Set, Climbing Roses. Okay, this, I'm going to go ahead and just lift that a little bit. Let's nail that down. Then this frame that we used, again, all the scraps from, I'm going to put some dimensionals on, but I'm going to use my longer ones. If I can get them out here. Almost like the Eclipse card, I guess you would call it, okay? I'm going to do this, put a little here, put a little here, and a little on this side. Pull those off. And then put that right over. Now that's flat, and this one's going to go right over it, but it is gotta go over a little bit more. This is why I stand up when I stamp. That's why I wanted to only put that down with a little snail, because I'm going to move it. It's fine. I want it over just a tad bit. Anybody else a stand-up stamper? There we go. Put that right there. Press that down. And now you have another card. Using your scraps. And then I'll bring this in. And again, with this one, I Thought of You Today. And I'm going to put, let's see, You Are Simply Wonderful. I'm going to stamp that. And then I'm going to bring in the rose from Climbing Roses, the little rose. Just put that in there, ink that once, and then put it right there, and that's for my inside. Everybody's saying, yes, they are, or no, they aren't, to the stand-up stampers. I mean, I'm used to sitting down now for my Facebook Lives, but there you go. So again, this was the floating frames. So I'm going to bring those in so you can see those. You can see how they're squared off. And then where's the other one? And then this one, because they're cut in a square right there. Those are the three that I did. And then here's the three from all the leftovers. This one I actually did more cutting, and, well, what I mean is they had more going in the frame here, so there was more left over, if that makes sense. So that's why there's a lot bigger images on there. And then here's the other two. So I hope you like the floating frame. I hope you like the something old and something new. I know I didn't have as many samples as I usually do, but I think you can see how well these coordinate together. So do yourself a favor. If you have the Climbing Roses, you're going to want to order the Bloom and Grow when it's available. If you don't have the climbing roses, I really, really can't stress enough how great this set is. And I'll show you another reason why. One of my favorite pieces to this set that's outgoing is this framelit right here for the sentiment. The stitched sentiment. Okay, and of course the trellis. You really don't want that one to go by you. So I will put still shots up on the website, on Facebook, and also my blog. I will tell you that I actually had another one over here that we didn't get time to do. So I will put that one together and show it to you. But I'll bring it in and show it to you right now. I'm sorry, I'm banging around here. Let me just show you the card, which I didn't finish yet. So I'll finish this, and I'll put this on the website too. Same way, same exact instructions. This is with the climbing roses again. Here, let me put it here. I'm not going to peel it off and everything for you tonight. But, okay, so here's the climbing roses again with the new Bloom and Grow with lovely lipstick. Now, see, in here, I had a lot of pieces left over. See how big those pieces are? So those I will use up the scraps. So I will definitely put those pictures out there tomorrow on how this one came out. Just go to stampersdelight.com or my Facebook page. Let me just flip this. So I hope you enjoyed it. Trust me, it was the first time I did this. You definitely want to give it a try. It's a lot of fun. And, you know, it's one of the, I guess, newer fads or techniques. And I had a lot of fun with it. So I'm interested to see what other ones you come up with. So I'll be looking for you. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Have a great week. And I will see you back here Friday morning at 7 a.m. Bye. Happy stamping.